Big things often come in small packages, and this cutie, well, he's a fighter with a story to tell. And wait till you hear how people are celebrating him. Can't wait to share that with you. And we're counting down to when the party takes over downtown. It's 225 Fest Year 2, and we're getting a special preview of what to expect. And listen up, all you armchair sleuths. Jamata Emill releasing his second mystery novel, and this one is a murder mystery. He joins us to talk all about it. And as always, if you don't love Baton Rouge, that's because you don't know Baton Rouge. And if you don't know Baton Rouge, you're about to. I'm Brandy B. Harris. This is Love 225. It's always a party at Love 225. And now you're gonna meet a kid who went viral last year for a very special visit from his dad. But let me tell you, this guy knows how to party, and big surprises and sometimes lessons can come in the cutest and smallest of packages.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rossy.
If you are ever having a bad day, Rossy just will completely change your whole day. He's just such a special boy.
So Rossy was about 3 months when we received an actual diagnosis that he was blind. He spent many, many days of his early life in the hospital. And so I was really afraid that I couldn't even keep my kid alive. They said that he wouldn't learn how to walk, that he wouldn't learn how to speak. Diabetes in itself causes blindness, and so does hypothyroidism. But his endocrinologist began to treat those two diseases. It started to improve his vision.
A lot of times you might see him, he might bring a toy directly to his nose, and he wants to bring it there to get it in that, whatever that scope of vision is that he has.
We don't really know what Rossy's vision is, but we know that he can see a lot better than what we thought he could. We've always celebrated Rossy's birthday very small, but in a big way.
Because of exposure therapy, his senses can, I think, handle a little bit more. It's clear that he sees the world and he may just see it in a different way.
Yeah.
I think the special part about the birthday today is we got the opportunity to go to party time.
Donna is the owner. She has this very warm, welcoming spirit about her. I really appreciate her opening her arms to Rossy and saying, yes, I do want to celebrate Rossy. I would like to sponsor his 7th birthday party.
Party time is about celebrating life's occasions. And so on your birthday, that's a great day and a special day, and we're just so glad to be a part of this.
So when you are planning a party for somebody that's visually impaired, obviously you want to look at what level of visual impairment they may have. It's really important to keep in mind that decorations, you want to put them kind of at eye level so that he can see them. Rossy loves fire trucks, he loves cars, he loves buses, so I'm excited to see what he picks.
And guess what, everybody?
What?
Are you ready to celebrate?
Yeah.
So today actually means a lot to be able to see Rossy come here, and not only will he be able to tolerate it, he will thoroughly enjoy it, and he's going to be telling all of his friends back at school that he had a huge birthday party. Who is that?
Me!
Yes! I did not know what Rossy's future would look like, and that is exactly why we're so excited about who he is today and how much he has grown, because he's not only a medical miracle, he's just a miracle for me, you know.
We're also growing as parents. We move really, really fast. Rossy has been a blessing in slowing us down to be more intentional about the decisions and things that we're doing.
I hope that he remembers every single person that showed up for him. People that are coming here today are people who truly love him the way that he loves them.
We all love you, Rossy. Happy belated birthday, Rossy, from the entire Love 225 crew. Now, if you're wanting to learn more about the visual impairment community and how you can help make a big difference, go ahead and visit blindgrace.net. What an awesome party. Next time we got to make sure Love 225 is there to celebrate with you. Well, when we return, it's time to get ready for 225 Fest. So join us for an exclusive interview with the mastermind behind 225 Fest, the organizer, as we get a sneak peek into the festival's soul, passion, and inspiration that fuels the celebration of the capital city. Plus, embarking on a spine-chilling journey with Jamata Emill's latest masterpiece, Wander in the Dark. Get ready to lose yourself in the pages. We'll have all of that right here on Love 225.
But to be recognized by the mayor and have a proclamation naming today officially 225 Day in the capital region, it was official on social media and now it's official in the parish government. So we're grateful, we're excited, and we can't wait to continue making history.
That was Myra Richardson, the big boss, not the little one. Put some respect on her name, okay? Last year, this was at the inaugural 225 Fest, celebrating 225 Day with food, music, art, and so much more. Thousands of people flooded downtown Baton Rouge to celebrate all the 225 has to offer. You may also remember that she was the very first guest on Love 225. She joined us last year to talk all about it, and she's back. And she's joining me today to talk 225 Fest and everything that she loves about this city. Leader, organizer, activator, just activist. You're just all over. Myra Richardson, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you so much for having me. We love to come on the Love 225 show.
You stay busy.
Oh,
You're always booked and busy. When I had you last year, we were previewing 225 Fest. It turned out to be a huge success, first from your vision, because you went from literally your mind to an actual thing with thousands of people. What was that process like for you? And tell me, what do you have to say now that you're reviewing, looking back on last year?
Well, I've never had a child, but I would say it's almost like having a baby. And to see that over 14,000 people came out to 225 Fest in the first year, and now we have 16,000 people already pre-registered for year two. We have so many different things that are coming to fruition, and I think it's only possible because of people's faith in Baton Rouge, that there's a glimmer of hope that it's not what's happening right now. It's not just the news threads. It's what we see in ourselves. It's what we see in our communities. And that, you know, this is the city of champions, whether it's on the basketball court, the football field, or in the classroom. This is really a city that has something beautiful. And if we took a chance to really say, this is what we love about our community and block out the noise, that's what 225 Fest is. That's what 225 Day is about. And I'm just so excited to bring people back and really make our city proud.
Okay, so you're saying that people have this faith, but you doing the work, girl. Faith is something I can't see. You are actually out here doing the work, giving us something that's actually visible. I can reach out and touch. I can see this festival. Talk to me about how it's grown bigger, how you got bigger plans for this year's upcoming 225 Fest.
I think between people just having an expectation, like a lot of people didn't think it was an actual festival. People just thought like 225 Day was something that was literally online, and that's because it was. So taking this from just online chatter to something that people can physically experience has definitely it's been hard, but ultimately it's been something that's been a labor of love, and it's been beautiful. But this year we have live tasting demonstrations from some Louisiana chefs. We have a senior zone just for our senior citizens in partnership with the Council on Aging. We have a fair this year so people can experience games for the entire family. But I'm most excited about our alumni row. So we're going to have several of the Divine Nine organizations. We're going to have every high school alumni chapter out there. So whether you want to connect with your high school alumni chapter or you're somebody in the Greek Divine Nine, you have an opportunity to see yourself in the festival. And even from the people who grace the stage. This year we have a lot more planned, and it's very exciting because between the panel discussions, our performances, whether it's you like a little Zydeco, a little blues, we even got a little gospel performance to kick it off because it's on a Sunday. So it's really something that everybody can see a piece of themselves in.
Praise dance on a Sunday in downtown Baton Rouge. We can't wait for it. Now, you're saying for people to see themselves, but honey, I've been seeing you on all of the top business and leader lists here in Baton Rouge. What does that say for you, or what do you want young people to take as a message from you? Because you're still a very young person, and you're doing big things. You are really making a big, big impact on the capital city and on our entire area. So what would you say to young people that are seeing you constantly on TV, seeing you on these magazines, seeing you in the newspaper locally, and it's all for doing things positive to push 225 into a new conversation? What would you say to them? What would be your message?
I think the most important thing is that your wild dreams aren't that crazy. I think that if you're putting in the faith and the work and you say that you want a very specific outcome, as long as your passions align and you know that's what you were called to do, I think it's going to happen for you. So I think all of us have these wild imaginations, and really saying that they align right here in our community. You don't need to be in Houston or Atlanta to make those things happen. They can happen right here. So for me, whether you have left and you want to see yourself when you come back to Baton Rouge, I want you to come from DC. I want you to come from Houston, come back, and I want this to be the homecoming for our community. But, you know, I think this is possible for anybody. I'm not amazing. I put my faith and trust in God, and he's sown back into me, and I think that that's what this is a testament about.
Praise dance. Another praise dance. Hallelujah. We love it. So one more time, Myra, what would be your message to people about 225 Fest? This is not just for people in Baton Rouge, y'all. This is Sunday, February 25th from 12 to 6 in downtown Baton Rouge. You can go to the website for more information, but we want more than just the capital area to come here. I want everybody from outside the capital area to come here. What would be your message to those folks?
I think if you have a 225 area code, not just a city of Baton Rouge, if you have a 225 area code, this is the festival and event for you. And I think what's beautiful about Baton Rouge is that it is ground zero, whether it's a natural disaster, whether it's coming to the legislature with our state capital, whether it's doing business, commerce, whatever it is. Baton Rouge has a place for every single person. So if you can go to www.225fest.com, you will find everything you need to know. It's on Sunday, February 25th from 12 to 6 p.m. right in front of the Louisiana State Capitol. But most importantly, it's free, it's for your family, and it's for all of us.
It's free 99. That's some big information right there. Sunday, February 25th, downtown Baton Rouge. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Okay? You're gonna want to make sure you're there. If you missed it last year, you just missed out. So don't miss it again. You need to just come. Make sure you meet us there. Thank you so much, Myra. Thank you for everything you do all across the 225. We love it. When we return, unravel the mystery and challenges of Wander in the Dark. This one is for the bookworms or the sleuths. Make sure you stick around for this one. You don't want to miss it. We are always introducing you to new, interesting people in the greater Baton Rouge area, and look no further than our next guest. In 2023, Jamata Emill joined us on Love 225 to talk about his debut novel, The Black Queen, and this year, his sophomore release, heading to bookstores in just a few weeks, and it's titled Wander in the Dark. And joining me today to discuss it all, author, writer extraordinaire, Mr. Jamata Emill. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, new book, some similar themes. Now, the last time you were here, we talked a lot about mysteries and crime in the South and racial discrimination and representation. A lot of those same themes are coming back up again in your new book. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, you know, the last book was told very much from a female perspective. This book, it's about two black boys, and this is kind of the book of my heart, the book I've always wanted to write. I wanted to write a story where black boys get to be at the center of the story. And yes, oftentimes in, you know, crime stories or mysteries and thrillers, black boys or black men tend to serve the stereotypical role as maybe possibly innocent suspects. But I wanted to write a story where, yeah, one of them gets to be like the stereotype innocent suspect, but they also get to be the heroes, and they get to save themselves and not have to rely on someone else to save them.
I love that. And from what I understand, you kind of pulled from personal experience to tap into this one this time. I know last time we talked about high school experiences when it comes to those small town homecoming races and stuff like that. And now you tapped into something a little bit more personal. Talk to me about that. How much different was it for you as an author to write this one coming from your personal perspective compared to writing from someone else's perspective?
This was way more personal because I put a lot of my complicated feelings with my father. The story at the center of this story is really about a family. These are two estranged brothers. You have Amir, who was the oldest child. His father was married to his mother. They were very young. They were struggling at the time. And Amir's father had an affair, and he had a child with this other woman, got a divorce, remarried, and when he remarried, he became a success. And kind of Amir feels like he was left behind. And so you have Marcel, the youngest son, who is trying to repair his relationship with his brother at the start of the story. Then a murder happens, and then the boys then have to kind of lean on each other and figure out if they can move past all their family issues to find a way to love each other and respect each other and understand each other, but at the same time also try to get out from under the suspicion that has now clouded their family and really kind of puts them through a lot of complex issues they have to confront.
Complexity, family issues, it gets no better than that. So just talk to me about where you're pulling from. I know you were a crime and politics reporter, so are we just addicted to these kind of crime stories and telling these kind of stories, or murder mysteries, or just mysteries in general?
I think so. I think what it is, at least for me, I think that a lot of times mysteries and thrillers give readers a safe space to kind of read about crime as opposed to like real news crime, which is very real, it's very in your face. And also with mysteries and thrillers, the reader knows that at the end of the day, at the end of this story, the villain will be caught. And I think that people like having that sense of security and knowing that justice will be served, when oftentimes in real life, maybe that doesn't happen, or it maybe doesn't happen as clean as you would like it to happen. And so I know for me, that was my love for mysteries and thrillers, and I love to write about them for that same exact reason. And also, I think I said this before, I just want, especially Black kids and BIPOC kids, to feel like they are the smartest kids in the room. They are the smartest kids in the room. And oftentimes they don't get to be highlighted like that in this genre.
I know from when I read The Black Queen, a lot of times when I'm reading a book, it is like a movie in my mind, right? Like I'm picturing myself as the characters. So when I'm reading The Black Queen, I can actually see myself and people that I know and love playing those characters.
I love hearing
so to hear, for any of your books, to have that level of representation, that means a lot to me as a reader, but what does it mean for you as an author, as somebody who used to read these books who didn't feel themselves represented, and now you go out here across this country and young people, young Black people, young queer people are telling you, I feel represented, I feel seen, I feel like I am the main character in the story. So what does that mean for you to be able to do that for them?
It's emotional. I mean, you know, with The Black Queen and going out and visiting schools and seeing these young people, and they come up to you, they're so emotional, and they're just like, thank you, I've never saw myself, you know, or even seeing me on stage talking. You know, I have had a lot of queer kids come up and just be like, I now think I can do something because you exist. You're just here talking. I'm just being me, you know, and it's overwhelming. It's something that when I became a writer and I started writing books, I wanted to happen, but I didn't know it would happen. But when you see it really happening, you're getting that feedback, it kind of just takes it to a whole nother level. You know, writing books and putting your work out there is very scary because you do have people judging it. You're not gonna please everyone. But I tend to focus on those voices, those kids who just like, thank you for letting us be, you know, something that we never got to see ourselves in literature before. And when I hear that, I'm just like, it just takes me over the moon. I'm just like, this is all I want to do it for. This is all I'm writing for. I don't care what anybody else has to say.
Ask him what he do and who he do it for. now we know we're representing for the people. Jamata Emill, Wander in the Dark, Pull It Up for the People. The new novel is out January 30th. It's out everywhere where you want to get it. And of course, the former book we had here last time, The Black Queen, is also out on paperback now. So make sure you are watching it. Make sure you're watching this, and make sure you're going to buy those books and read those YA novels. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm so happy I have him here first. So when the books become movies, I'm already here. Once we're becoming motion picture blockbusters, we already got it. So thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
When we return, we have a very special preview of our next episode that you don't want to miss. If you've heard of color analysis, then you want to stick around for all of these colors. We've got much more of 225 coming up after the break. Well, looking ahead to the next episode of Love 225, we are getting colorful. Now, maybe you've heard of color analysis, or maybe you've seen some of the videos about the concept all over social media. And on the next episode of Love 225, we're getting a look at the science of color analysis with Jan Rivers. She tells us about how small, subtle changes in color can have a big impact, not just on our appearance, but also on our self-esteem. So whether you want to just dress better or present yourself in a whole new way, you do not want to miss this very special episode of Love 225. Can't wait for y'all to see that. That's so special. Stick around. We've got a little bit more to come right after this. P.S. As always, we have something very special here in South Louisiana, and we want to share it with you. Go like, follow, and share the Love 225 show all across social media. Until next time, Love 225.